Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. Saturdays, Star Wars Saturdays is going on because it's October 2024. We're ending the year with this series, which is Swoop Gangs, one of my favorite of all of the various RPGs I play set in Star Wars that wasn't originally designed for Star Wars. We're playing on the planet of Niamos, featured in the announcement episode of Andor. It is a beach planet, much like Star Wars is always a planet that is a certain biome. This is the beach planet. For a environs idea, it I think of it as similar to a beach in, say, London or in Maine. In the United States, it is a cooler beach. It is not hot except during certain points of its own summer. It's around 18, maybe reaches 20 degrees Celsius, in the 60s for us Americans who use the Fahrenheit. And Mark realized that the sun's like that the rotation is opposite to Earth's rotation. What was the term you used for that?
Rotation.
What is it? Counter rotation?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, so there's a counter rotation to Niamos we've discovered, mostly from the way that I may have flipped a picture that I put on the map, but I'm rolling with it because it amuses me and seems alien and spacey and fun. This game is about the Reckless Gundarks Swoop Club, who own and operate a motel known as the Night Blossom Motel. The Gundarks are, hold on a moment. Uh, some part of what I just said, the assistant thing thought had the G word in it. So apologies. Anyway, this is set after the fall of Palpatine and the Empire, when the New Republic is growing to fill in the spaces and keep things running. The Shore Authority, of a large number of them, were servants within the Empire, but they are totally okay, guys, because they signed papers saying that they are very happy to be released from the shackles of the Empire as well, and it wasn't their fault, and they're just helping to keep the peace and keep the credits flowing in this very touristy place, heavily inspired by Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, a place that I went to many, many, many times as a child. So, there we go. Oh, and we did also, this is for Greg and Cody, another thing we determined, just to be for clarity, the Reckless Gundark's like territory is west of Fifth Street North, all the way out to Eighth Street, and anything past that is pretty rural, or tends to get rural. In last session, you guys headed out of the beach area of Niamos City to pick up some product that you were partnering with the Akin clan. Akin clan will move the product and cut it and sell it. It's a bunch of spice. You guys, what was the final cut, Uncle? Was it 60/40 or 50/50? I think it was 60/40.
It
You
was
guys get
yeah, it was 60/40 because we told our Rhodian friend to bump it up a little bit to get it cut. And they didn't make that, so next
Yep.
time.
Yep. And Mato thought he was gonna make out like a bandit, getting a clear 10, and then he was undercut. So he'll be happy about that. It's no problem at all. He's not sore. You guys were coming back to Niamos City and have just been informed by Wu, who is scouting ahead, that they've got a roadblock set up. So before we jump into that action, let's real quick go around the horn. We'll end with Cody, but if you could do a brief introduction of yourself, like half sentence about you, a sentence about your character. We'll start with Undesh, heading from the left to the right hand side of the character keeper.
Yeah, I'm Anders Ehem. I'm playing Granny, who is the chaplain of the gunners.
I'm Mark He Them, and I'm playing Uncle, who is the brother of the uh, ex-president of the club, and he likes to beat people up.
Greg, you're up.
Yep, sorry. I'm Greg, he, him. I'm playing Sen, who is trying to earn a spot as a full member of the club. Currently, she's just a prospect.
Hi, my name is Steven. My pronouns are he, him. And today I'm playing Gopher, whose pronouns are she, her. And Gopher is the food delivery person, but also probably drugs and other contraband.
And last but not least, joining the crew, Cody. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your
Hello.
character.
Yeah, hi, what's up? I'm Cody. He's the he, him pronouns. I'm playing Blaster. Blaster also uses he, him. You know, Blaster's a member. He's no high aspirations from this guy. He's kind of a general purpose thug who's ride or die for the club. Whatever they need, he's willing to do. And he's always got your back as long as it's for the club. If it's not for the club, you're living life wrong, baby.
So true. Now, was Blaster there when the Shore Authority came in force and invaded your clubhouse and arrested President Maggs? Or was he off doing something for the gang at the time?
That's a good question. I was my first instinct is that he was there and he got arrested too. But his were like smaller charges, so he got released already.
Nice, nice. And as a reminder, you you guys have it on good authority. It's basically true that a member of the Lost Legion now, or the Broken Legion now, who was a member of your gang, Krusk, that she sold you guys out, that she rolled on Mags and did it to get in with the Legion, who have some pretty good ex-Imperial ties. Good, in quotes. So we'd already established before we started recording that Sen and Blaster were both part of the caravan. The gang went out on a full ride. The road captain, Gopher, put you guys in the middle. And so you are there when the gang is informed that there is a roadblock up ahead. What do you do?
How big is the roadblock? Both in terms of like force and would it be possible to skirt around it off road?
Yeah. Great question. Wu, of course, has your answer. So I'm imagining that this conversation is happening as you guys are riding. You've got comms. So she answers over the comm. You're on a private band that is semi-secure. Somebody tried really hard and really cared. Maybe they could get you, but generally you've been able to speak privately. She says they've got an APC, troop transport, and looks like a dozen troops. I think we can get around, but it's pretty flat here. They may have already spotted us. They had a couple of those probe droids up in the sky. So if we're going to move and cut, we need to go.
So
Go
it's
for
the
it.
coppers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shore Authority.
Your call, Gopher.
Doss looks at you and she says, this will break us. If they get this product, it will break us. She's talking about her gang, not you.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. So we're gonna all stop. I'm gonna take some of the crates that we have, pull them out, and put them on each of the other bikes. It's pretty obvious what all the different people are carrying, that they're carrying something. And then it's pretty flat here. I think I'm gonna tell I'm going to tell the non-player character members of the team that are on bikes, go run the blockade, and we're going to try and go around.
Nice.
So they stop those guys, find real product, real things, real legitimate stuff. But hopefully that'll be a distraction so we can get around.
Okay. Just so I'm clear, and I understand what you mean by product. You had things that could just be sold, non-contraband stuff on the truck. You're giving them non-contraband stuff to
Yes.
carry into the blockade. Okay, that's what I
Yes.
thought. I just want to be clear so we're all on the same page.
And the intention there is it's a distraction while we cut and run around and try and get around them.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. So, just a delineation, NPC to PC. Is Slissick staying on the back of the truck?
Oh no, I don't think he is. He's gonna be getting on someone else's bike. So right now we have Wu on Tummel's bike, right?
Yep.
Tummel's bike.
Well,
Um,
Wu's riding and Tom is
oh, that's right.
is behind.
Yep. And I'm not sure that we have other NPCs, but I think Slizik is getting on someone else's bike.
Yep.
He's not real happy about it. Um,
Nope.
but he pulls out his big old gun, and that he's happy about.
It's true. This is a true statement. Cool. Car Wars map. It'd be so good, right? Cool. So the NPCs are barreling ahead, just going in, forming as if they are the gang. The truck heads off the beaten path. It's flat, so this being a hover truck is not that big of a deal. Sorry, the chat is distracting me. I should focus on you guys.
The chat is us.
It's true. It's true. You guys are doing in the chat. Road Captain, I think it is time for you to give us a roll. I think tension is involved here. You're trying to pull the slip on the
Oh, yeah.
shore authority and find a different entrance into Niamos City. So I think that this is a thing where they fully expect and may have seen you. So I'm going to call this carking hard.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need 4 successes. Tension is involved, which means you could lose up to 4 carks, even if you succeed by rolling ones.
So I think I get 1 for trying. I think this is cool, right? This is probably head.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping your eyes clear, using your head, not relying necessarily on the speed of your hog, but being smart.
Yeah. I think smuggling applies.
For sure. You're literally smuggling.
Yep. So that's 6. I'm gonna
1 for
toss in.
trying. Did you start with 1 for trying?
I did 1 for trying, 3 for cool, 1 for head, 1 for smuggling. So I'm at 6. I need 4 successes.
You need 4 total successes. Now,
Okay.
anyone can help with this effort by spending a cark. Just kick a cark out to Steven, and he adds that to the total.
I will do that.
Me too.
I'm at 8.
I will do it as well.
9.
Well,
I'm
I guess
going
I'm throwing 1 too.
10, and I'm going to do 2. Right? So that puts tension. I'm at 12 dice, but if I roll 4 ones, I'm out. Right? So,
Oh my
we
goodness,
go.
I gotta share screens on this. It's too stressful for us not to all share in the wonder that is. Come on, share. All right, so we
Okay,
got
here we go.
12d6 coming. 12d6. Oh my goodness, that's an
Only 1-1.
incredible roll.
Yeah. Look at all the
Wow.
6s.
Wow.
Yeah, baby.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 successes. Whew.
Yeah, 8
Needed it.
successes, only 1.
Yep.
What is hmm. You were native born. You've done this a bunch, right, Gopher? So
Mhm.
is this maybe like a storm drain, kind of like in like Los Angeles, or of course Terminator 2? Like what are those things where you're like going into one of the like storm tunnels, or what is the thing that you know and guide everyone through to where you completely give the shore authority the slip? What I'm thinking it's like either a geographical feature or a set of buildings, something that is the cinch to make this easy as pie.
Yeah, so back in the Imperial days, they didn't keep a whole lot of track of where, they maintain storm drains and that kind of stuff, so that's on maps. But what isn't on maps are like stream beds. So whenever, there's a lot of precipitation here, basically there's a washed out riverbed kind of thing that has enough clearance so they won't, see the top of the truck over it. So we're going to slip into that and we're going to take off. It's going to take us longer to get back, because it's following a route, but it's going to get us back to the beach, and then we're going to have to backtrack up the beach to get back to Niamos. And along the way, I turn to Dots and I say, "We've got a mole, and it better not be you, or you're not coming back."
Her multifaceted eyes widen. You know it's got to be one of yours. It can't be me. Why would I go? Why would I even go? If I ratted you out, I would be the one going up. Like the Kino would kill me.
Yeah, one of your guys could basically take us out if the authorities got a hold of us. It's already happened before, and we've covered our guys. They're not gonna, they're not gonna turn.
And her little proboscis just kind of tightens up. And she says nothing more. Cool. Um, Sten, what do we see of you as you guys are making this exciting end around on the Shore Authority and heading through parts of Niamo City that you've probably never seen before?
Uh, so once we've already slipped the guards, that's the question.
Sure.
Or okay, okay. Um, yeah, I think if she's in a new part of the city, she's probably kind of taking it in, looking around and trying to get a sense of what life is like for the people who live here. Is it as down and dirty as it is over beachside where we are? What would it be like to be, to have been a kid growing up here? How might her life have been different? But also, she's very focused on like not letting the bike break down because it's probably spewing a foul cloud of black smoke, which she was really anxious about. Like that was going to blow the escape, right? That they were going to see the plume going as we were going down our on our trench run. But yeah, she's just focused on not being the one to blow this and draw the attention of the authorities.
To give a bit of color, what I'm imagining is that this is southern of the area that you guys normally go to, south of that, and that there is no promenade, the stairs aren't here, is a lattice work of docks, and that this is a very industrialized fishing
Long
area.
Beach.
Yeah. Yeah, that part of the beach is very focused on industrial activities.
Shipyards and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is a different world indeed.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more hard workers, thick boots, longshoremen, and men in the human or individual way. No bright colors, dull grays. Of course, the salt water eats through a great deal of the metal, so huge sides of ships that are covered in barnacle and rust, and very little commercial activity. No biscuit barons, no neon. And
do we know anything about the gang that runs this area?
Ooh, I think that Granny knows a little bit about the gang that runs this particular area. What have you heard about the underworld in charge of the docks area south of Niamos City?
I think Granny grew up here. That was a long time ago. But yeah, I think it's the ooh, um, well, let's go all in on the theme, and they are uh, Three Hooks. The Three Hooks gang is who's running this place, and they are very brutal, not very smart, but they're like they own this place, and it's very hard to get out from under them. And that's I think why Granny left. She saw that this is a terrible place. It's either you go in with a gang and that's bad, or you don't and that's bad. So she got out of it.
Love it. I imagine Three Hooks gang came into power during the rise of the empire. They paid off the right people, and the empire had quotas. They made sure that the workers met those quotas, built those ships, and the empire let them run it as they saw fit. Now, with the transition to the New Republic, Hooks gang are just ratcheting down. Now they're trying to own local politicians. They're trying to make sure that they maintain control. Perhaps they maintain, of course, through fear, but also paying off the right people, or just out and out killing them if they have to, because they're not that smart. So, you guys head up the southern part of the shore, and eventually you reach Niamo City. The splendor, the wonder, the credits, and yeah, you guys are able to wind your way back. You get back much later than Wu and Slisek and Tum, but you make it back to Niamo City. I'm imagining that Dots directs you guys, or she would direct Gopher, hey, here's the warehouse where we need to drop this off. It's under our control. And to get that there, and then you guys can figure out who your mole is, right?
Um, I turn to Uncle and I'm like,
A moment is yes.
yeah, we'll take care of it. Um, and I I'm going to, since I believe I got a job with the tavern, right? That's where we got the delivery truck, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds right.
So I'm gonna get back with the rest of the gang that had, the crates on it and put it back onto the truck to go drop everything off at the tavern. But I'm gonna leave at least Uncle, if not anyone else, to keep an eye on what happens with. Actually, you guys need to collect our money, right?
Yeah.
You need to collect our money, and you can help find out who the mole is.
Nice. Cool. So who's heading to hand off? So are you getting paid before you make the delivery to the warehouse, or delivering to warehouse and expecting to get paid there? Dots, of course, says, deliver to the warehouse right now. Of course we're going to pay you. Why would we not pay you?
Yeah, I think we'll deliver to the warehouse with expectations of getting paid and with expectations of getting screwed as well.
Sweet. I'm going to stick the warehouse at the very edge of your territory. It is a warehouse on First and Eighth, so it's off the strip, but not far. And we'll just, that is there. I've got it highlighted, and we'll just call that the Akin Clan Warehouse. This is too important for Kino Kina to not be there. And of course, that means the Sierra is there as well. Mado and a number of other Rhodian thugs, all of them not doing a great job of hiding the blaster pistols they have hidden on their persons. Um, and you guys arrive at the delivery section. They roll up the gate and you pull that speeder truck in. And I assume Gopher, Uncle, you guys are there to meet with Kino.
And open up the truck and let the Rhodians unload.
Okay. Kino chats with Dots real quick for a moment before he comes up to talk to you guys. If we'd known about the roadblock, we would have told you. Maybe next time we coordinate a little bit better, we can keep eyes on the inside before you guys approach.
Maybe next time, yeah.
And then he looks to Sierra, and Sierra brings forward, I think I'm imagining like a case, briefcase full of credits. And the last time they tried to pay you with Imperial credits, and Uncle said no, no go, and then they pawned off some cockamamie lightsaber that you're still dealing with. This time, um, Sierra looks a little proud as he hands over the case to Kino to hand to you guys. He opens it up, and you see legit New Republic credits. They are very shiny and new. They're that kind of nearly transparent colored plastic type thing that have the demarcations on it. Shuts the case, hands it to you guys.
Looks good.
Okay. And then he sit tight. He waits for his guys to pull off the product. They move things out of the way to go in for the right boxes, pull all that off, open it up. One guy tests it. They got a little tester device they stick in there and it slides green. Kino says, "All right. It was good doing business with you."
And just be clear, you got the cut of what they're expecting to sell for, right? Because we're taking a cut off of their profits.
Yeah. Unless they cut it and mix it, it's what you
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys have done it. You reasonably think, yeah, this is the street value, not the actual. Yeah. And as a result, you guys can mark 3 profit right now.
Hey,
During this process, we take the money, we take it back to, one of the bikes. I think I lean over to Sin. I say, Sin, check it out, right? Make sure this is all legit.
You mean like count it?
Oh, make sure there's not a tracker. Transfer it to another box. Make sure there's not, a die pack or something like that in it. And then I walk
Yeah.
back away.
Great.
Hey, Sin, do you think there's tension involved in this role of what Gopher has assigned to you?
I would say so because I feel the weight of responsibility.
That's fair.
Like if I miss something and the gang gets damaged in some way. Yeah.
The good news about this role with tension is that it's normal. You need 2 successes.
Okay.
But I do need you to build a role.
Mhm.
There might be a little something something in it if you succeed.
Uh, I think it's 1 for trying.
Yep.
2 for being cool.
Yep.
2 for head, or
Yep.
is it tools? Okay.
It's really up to you. Like
It-
you get to posit it. I could see tools, but I really think head makes sense too.
I think I'm not using a device to search. I'm, using my eyeballs to search.
I think head is more appropriate. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. I've lost track of where I was. So that's 5, I think. And yeah, I don't think mechanics applies, so I'm looking at 5 dice. I will uh, throw a cark onto it, even though I'm very low on carks. But I'm also desperate not to fail at this. I failed the last test. Don't dare fail this one. So I'm up to 6.
Oh, you still got like a little, bruise and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How many tests can you fail before you're out as a prospect? That's what I'm wondering.
Right. Thanks for putting that in my head, Blaster. Does Blaster actually say that to me?
Yeah, Blaster probably does.
Gee, Sen, how many of these tests could you fail?
Yeah, he's leaning nearby. He's like, "Hey, Sen, brother, you gotta succeed or you're out, man. You can't lose too many times."
Hey, prospect, you're 0 for 1 here.
Dwang Blaster.
Oh my! I
right,
want to share this one. All right, here we go. Little tension involved. Sen gonna count the money and move it and figure it all out.
I typed into the thing and it didn't.
There it
Is that
is.
how it goes? Okay, there we go.
Oof.
That is not the
what?
best of rolls.
It rolled 12. That I put 6 in the thing and it rolled. I don't know why that.
I see 6 dice.
Yeah, I'm looking at Gophers. All right, I hate this roller. I'm
sorry you dislike the roller. I like seeing each individual die result, but I understand if it's confusing.
I just mean I don't use it enough. So okay. So I got my 2 successes. I also got a 1.
Oh man. So first thing you discover, you run a little. You're techie enough. You go with mechanics. It's not whatever this case was. It was not a tracker. You move it to another device, another container. That thing wasn't marked, but you do discover one thing. You recognize as you're moving over, there are little, code marks on these credits. That's normal. You realize they're in sequence.
Mm.
Well, that's not ideal.
No. It's going to be hard to spend these.
Right.
They may be marked and tracked. It's going to be these, not just a thing you can roll into carps and buy a bunch of meat without it being popping on somebody's radar.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Biscuit Baron probably doesn't check, but
it's true. No, they don't. They have pictures of they have a picture of Blastar, do not sell to. They're behind the counter. Whenever Blastar walks in, I keep saying Blastar because I'm a dork and I think of Marvel, but
isn't Blastar the name of the cat? Oh no, it's never mind. Go ahead. I was thinking of the DC cat. There's a cat, Green Lantern, Red Lantern, I think, named Blastar or something.
I think you're probably right.
It doesn't matter.
Does it?
It's really suspicious that they would have this. That means this wasn't just money that they had or pulled together. This is,
So I think I'm going to go tell Gopher about that.
Uncle, you over here, because I think it's important.
I would say, well, it looks real, but these are sequential.
Tell us about the money, Keena.
New Republic credits. It'll spend.
Not easy. Why is it all sequential? You steal it? Counterfeit?
We did not counterfeit it. We did steal it, but it'll spend. It's fine. It's legit currency. Run it through whatever you want.
Who'd you steal it from, just so we know they're not coming for us?
Kind of looks around, motions for you guys to come over and step away from the others. Granny, what are you doing?
I'm just going to say it outright. If they and I'm talking to the rest of the gang, but loud enough that the Rodians can hear us. If they stole it and it's sequential, they stole it straight from the Republic.
He shrugs. He's not denying it.
We're going to have to wash this a little bit. I think we need a bump to make it right.
I can't, man. I mean, maybe after, but I can't.
After then,
All right, come see me in a week. It'll take us a bit to move all this product. It's a big buy for us. And it means a lot that you guys came through.
you're moving on up. Give me a call if you want to sling for us again sometime. Let's go.
Cool. The Rhodians are talking to each other in their own language. They seem pretty excited, like this is kind of a big deal. Sierra's watching you guys. He was ready. He was fingering his blaster, man. He was waiting for something to throw down, and then you guys peaceable resolution.
I'm gonna
So
look around. I'm gonna look around the gang members and the other gang. Find one that's about my size and give one of these.
that's awesome. Yeah, I think it's one of the little like street corner
Yeah,
guys, and he jumps and he reaches for a blaster that's not at his side because they took his blaster away. He was 0 for 2.
the clunky.
It's true. He flinches though. And you guys head out. You ride out. Um, Head back to Night Blossom or okay.
Yeah, I think throw it in the safe.
Rest of your gang is there. Let's define a new member of our gang who is part of the group. This guy mouthed off to the shore authority and they were picked up.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. I had Slisika Woo kind of already out there. You guys gave a cool name to Tom. You feel free to give a name to the predefined human there, or you can create someone a whole new cloth. We're going to do a little piecemeal style. So let's start with Cody. What is the like gender presentation for this mouthy member of the Gundarks who is currently sitting in lockup?
I think it's she her, right? I remember the Gundarks have a higher than usual female presence because of Mags. So yeah,
Awesome.
I think it's an old hat at it. She's been around for a while.
Gopher, what species is this female?
I think this species is a Chadra fan.
Oh no, Chadra Fan is a mouthy Chadra Fan. That's
Got a
amazing.
chip on the shoulder.
It's true. It's like
God
stop
damn
making
it,
size
Steven.
jokes. Chadra Fan picks. I'm now looking for Chadra Fan picks. I
I
of
just put
course.
one in the chat.
Oh, you're the best. Look at you. You're so ahead of the game. You're the best. Oh, that's a great pick. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Anders. It's Anders' Pinterest page.
The
Yep.
best.
Look at that.
Oh, that's so awesome. Sweet. And I'm sorry, but I do not have a Chadra fan name generator. So who would like to volunteer up the Chadra fan's name? I'll just leave that out for anybody that's excited. Somebody that that hasn't answered a question about this particular mouthy Gundark member.
How about Yem, Yemm?
Oh, that's a good name. I like it.
Now that's their name. What's their road name, right?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I feel like it's something like the opposite of calling a big guy tiny, like killer or something.
Or the Hulk? Yeah.
I put chitters in chat, but that's the other way for what you were
Oh,
thinking.
that's
Right.
awesome. Chitters.
That's great.
That is not a name they love. But that is great. No,
Oh,
they will
you're
take
talking
that.
on Greg. You're on mute.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just for fun, I rolled on the table that Rich has very thoughtfully provided, and I rolled up Dirt Bag, which I think is a funny name for a tiny little.
Yes, dirtbag.
What if Yim prefers Dirtbag as their road name, but everybody calls him Chitters?
Everybody calls her Chitters.
Calls her Chitters.
Especially she got mouthy with the Port Authority. She's doing this all the time.
She's trouble, man. Chitters is trouble. That's amazing. Okay. Um, then how what's your relationship with chitters like? Are they newer to the gang? Have they been around for a while? And I don't know.
Uh,
I'm just
I like
curious.
the idea that Chitters is the most recent prospect to make the gang. So on the one hand, I kind of watch what Chitters does, uh, because she made it. But also Chitters is a dirtbag. I don't want to be anything like Chitters. So I'm I'm a little torn about like I don't want to follow too closely, but I do want to like take notes.
That's amazing. I took the awesome pick that you shared, and I made sure that it looks like Chitters is much smaller than the others. So there you go. Cool. Most recent was a prospect. Blaster, you and Chitters have some kind of side thing going on. Not doesn't have to
Hmm.
be intimate relation. It could be totally we have a side gig, or it could be we are involved with or friendly with another neighbor of some kind. What do you
Hmm.
imagine that is?
I think I think Chitters and I we make some extra scratch kind of running security or doing bouncer jobs um at I'm looking at the map here. Maybe at the Olvenir pawn shop occasionally. If we're not going out on
Yeah.
rides, if we're not doing that, we might just hang around there and he kind of he lets us know if something good comes in, we get kind of first crack at it. Mostly he just slips us a few creds. Nothing more than drinking money, but
Let
Blaster's not
me
doing
let
anything else.
there's a bit in last session, just to make sure you're aware of it before we
Oh
commit to
good.
this. Olvenir's
Yes.
behind on payments, extortion payments to the gang. Do you still want to have that as a thing? It's totally
Uh
cool. I just want to make sure you know that.
yes. I think Blaster, the thing is Blaster's ride or die, and right now he's in a tough place because he's like, hey man, you really gotta pay up to the gang. But I'm still here for you, of course. But you do have to pay me too. This isn't charity, man. So yeah, I think even though Alveneer's behind on the thing, Blaster's finding it hard to turn down the work.
Nice. Nice. Love it. So Chitters, aka Dirtbag in the Huskow Woo gives you the heads up when you guys head back in, flush with cash, lots of credits that you probably shouldn't all spend in one place or you are in trouble. Wu says, yeah, Dirtbag got lippy and she got locked up.
That sounds like Chitters.
Yeah. Blaster, your comm starts to chime. Someone's trying to reach out to you. It is a shore authority number.
I uh I think
Mole.
Stolen
I
mall.
think I think Blaster doesn't hear it right away. Blaster has pretty bad hearing from riding his swoop so loud. Um and so his comm is turned really loud. And so it just like starts blasting. Oh, oh dang it. I'm getting a call. Hold on. Hello?
Hey! You've recognized the shrill voice. It is Dirtbag.
Hey dirtbag, what are you doing? I heard you got
Need
locked
you
up in your
bail me
place.
out?
Uh yeah, I guess we can do that. Yeah, it's gonna come from your cut though, you know how that works.
Come on, man. Gotta bail me out.
Yeah, I just said yeah, chitters. I just said yeah, it's gonna come from your cut though.
Well, why can't you? I don't have any cut, man.
All right, it just hold tight. We'll come and get you, chitters.
Not talking about a cut on a line like this, you idiot. God, you
Who
suck.
who? What are they gonna do? They're literally they're
They're
down the
listening to
street
me
from
right
us.
now.
Who
Please.
cares?
That's
Tell them to
awesome.
go fuck. Tell them to go cark themselves right now, chitters. Do it,
All
or
right.
you're in on it, man.
She's already cut off the call.
Cut. I don't understand. It's not a problem. Like people cut stuff all the time. Hang up the comm. Forget to tell anybody about it.
Amazing. Leaf chitters high and dry. Amazing. Cool. This all happened early in the morning, like all of the excitement that you've gone through. But before we speed past anything, there was some concern around a mole. I'm curious how if Gopher wants to do anything about that.
Oh, I got us past the roadblock. I think that's somebody else's job. I'll help.
Granny, you want to look into it?
Sure.
And maybe send Blaster and Zen to pick up jitters.
Yeah.
Think you can handle that, Zen?
Yep, I'm on it.
Toss a handful of credits to Zen. Not from the hall, from the stash.
Are you guys putting the hall in the safe in the
Yeah.
clubhouse? Cool. Awesome. Well, Granny and Sin, it seems like Uncle, the erstwhile leader, has asked you to look into some kind of mole problem.
Yeah. Should we take a break, maybe?
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that exact thing. That is a great suggestion. Thank you very much. Okay, we're back. I had misstated the arrangement of who was doing what. So just to clarify that, the order of operations is that Uncle had asked Granny to look into the mole, while Blaster and Sin were going to go take care of Chitter's bail. Dirtbag, getting Dirtbag out. And oh, sorry.
Zen is holding the bag for the. You're responsible for the cash.
Okay.
So, Stephen,
Won't let you
had
down, Uncle.
Sorry. Stephen, you said you wanted Gopher to approach Sin about something,
Yeah.
so let's pick up with that.
So I think right after the phone call and we kind of get the assignments, I'm going to walk over to Sin and say, good job finding the sequential serial numbers on the credits. That could have really been bad for us if you hadn't found it. I'm going to put in a good word with Uncle while just that you did a good job with that. Just so it's recognized.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's important. And I kind of pat you on the back and say, don't stress out too much. Lean on Blaster. Lean on Blaster if you need to. Yeah.
Sometimes he makes fun of me, and I'm not sure if he likes me or not.
Oh, we're all going to make fun of you. You only need to worry about if someone pulls a gun on you. Then they don't like you.
Okay. I think Sen is probably blushing a little bit at the praise.
Oh, good. Heartening. That sounded like a bonding scene to me. It certainly was. And so, as a result, you can recover 5 carks. The two of you discuss how you want to split that between you.
We are both in desperate need of carks.
So why don't you take 3 and I'll take 2?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Good stuff. Sweet. So we know what Granny's doing. We know what Blaster and Sin are doing. I'm curious about you, Uncle. Money's been put away, your ill-gotten gains put away in the safe. You've sent folks off to take care of a few of the things that need to be doing. What are you doing when Zhao, the Paolan bartender, comes to see you?
Probably just kicking back. It's been a long day.
Okay. Are you at the clubhouse, do you think?
Yeah. Downstairs, clubhouse.
Cool. So Zhao is not, he is not the kind of individual who would barge into your clubhouse. Do you guys imagine you have like a little cam that points out the door so you can,
Yeah, yeah, like super low tech. Like I think it's like even like the screen is just like next to the door. It's just like might as well be a hole in the wall. But
cool. So you hear the chime of the door and you see there your Paul and bartender there standing just outside, his hands clasped in front of him. He seems calm as he often does. He's the kind of bartender that fades into the background and asks just enough questions to keep you talking about whatever it is that you're there to drink and talk about.
mm, yeah, pop open the door and head back to the couch. Like, come on in.
Thank you. Scans around his eyes, of course, center on that, the bit of wreckage still here from not long ago when the shore authority busted in. Uh, Thank you for seeing me, Uncle.
Grab a drink if you like. We got plenty left over from the party.
Oh, you are too kind. Uh, I come to you with a matter of import. Hmm. Uh, Grux Grull. This is the Ishi Tib who works at the front desk.
Mm.
Um, Sen has a pretty close relationship with Grox. Mm, you should know that the incident that happened the other day, the Deveronian attacked Grox. I believe that Grox was wounded more than he cares to admit. I have urged him to seek proper medical attention, and he denied my request. I am not sure of his financial situation and do not probe into such things.
And
I am concerned that if he does not seek the care he needs, that he will not continue working with such effectiveness as he normally does.
and
Then you would have to replace him, which seems like it would be so much work when you have other matters of importance.
are you asking me to do something?
Yes, I am asking if you could uh, perhaps offer him some kind of advance with which he could use to pay for proper medical attention.
Yeah, we'll get him patched up one way or the other.
Thank you. I
Just as a reminder, what can you remind me what happened with the Deveronian with him?
Oh, so the Deveronian was the guy that you guys slagged in the automat because he
Hmm,
roughed up Grok's girl.
got it, got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Grok said, "Hey, you've got to pay." The Deveronian had made a mess after sleeping with one of the girls. Grok said, "I've got to add this to your bill." He said, "No, I'm going to add this to your face." And
Got
then
it.
you guys found out about it and went off to take. Sorry, I should have given a better like setup for that.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll take care of him. Don't worry. He's he's one of us. He doesn't ride, but he's still here.
Hmm. Thank you very much, Uncle. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me.
Thanks for bringing it to my attention.
then he will turn and make his way out.
I think I'll just follow him out and like walk out,
Nice.
head out to the front desk.
Cool. Yeah. So you
Like the press, let's go.
you head to the front desk. He veers off to where he tends bar, and at the front desk is Grox and Sakatra. Sakatra's chatting with Grox. Grox is normally stands at his station, but he's slouched onto a stool that's been moved in, and he sits up a little more straight when you enter. And Sakatra looks over at you. There's like often when she looks at you, there's a little bit of an accusation. She never verbalizes it, but you sense it.
And she's
She is she works for Vanessa. She's one of the sex workers and also is the older sister of Gopher. She was hard in with the gang and got messed up as a result of some fallout from something you guys got mixed up in. And from then she's been unable to like move out of Night Blossom, but she holds you guys responsible for her pain.
yeah. Grox, how are you feeling?
I'm fine.
You're not fine. You got to be straight up with me.
There's just bruising, and I'm sorry. I'm Everything will be all right. I'm keeping my work up. Do not worry. I won't fail you.
Not worried, but Najao's worried. Is there anything to worry about? Because if I got to replace you, I'll replace you. But if we can get you fixed up, we can get you fixed up.
And that Sakatra is like on the verge of saying something at this point. Like she wants to like step in. And he raises a hand to Sakatra, like puts a hand on her arm. Uh, I think I think some of my ribs are broken. Uh, it's very expensive. If I could get them taped.
Look, you're you got roughed up on our in our place, not just on our turf, in our place, and that's not going to stand. You know, we'll get you to a dock, and money's not a problem because the guy that roughed you up, if money was a problem, he's the one that's going to come out of his skin.
Uh, thank you. Thank you very much.
You got to come to me when stuff like that happens.
You have so much to deal with.
Yeah,
I don't want to be a burden.
I'm not dealing with everything. Everyone's working together, and that includes you. We take care of each other here.
I just, I could have given you more of a warning before they came for Mags, and
Don't worry about it. It's taken care of. Things are different now. I gotta give Sakatra a look.
yeah, she's not buying that.
Yeah.
Uh, I'll find someone to cover my shift and go to the doctor. Thank you.
Let me know if there's any more problems with anyone.
Of course.
Before someone else comes to tell me about it.
Of course. And you, I believe, you're not like I think this ties into a bit of street justice in a way. So I'd like to see you potentially recover some carks.
Ooh, yeah, I can do that.
So let's jump into how we build that roll. It is in our rules. That's a thing I should probably stick into the front page of the character keeper. I think that would be smart. But we're gonna say that this was it's charity work. It's not Duracrete justice. We roll cool plus heart. We'll call this a difficulty of 1. So for the way that it works, if you get a success, then you roll a d6 and you regain that in Karks.
So that's 2 and 2, it looks like.
Okay. Got more heart than you let on with. Look at that.
Hit it.
Woo! 1 success. It was not tension involved in the roll, so go ahead and roll another d6 and you recover that many Karks. Nice. Oh,
Right.
6. So let me ask a quick question. This is mechanical. Oh, yeah, the staff works for you. The gang owns the hotel and the employees work for the hotel. It's your cover business. You could actually fuel if you did it over time, you could fuel some of the credits, New Republic credits through that by, you know. There was a chat question. I appreciate that. So let me ask you this question real quick. It's mostly born from when I've been playing Marvel Multiverse RPG lately. One of the things I like about the game is that you rolled a hit, and that result automatically helps you calculate damage. For the recovery roll, do you like the idea of rolling to see if you have a success and then rolling a die, or would it be faster, more interesting if you roll to have a success, and if you are successful, whatever the highest value of that die pool you choose, and that's how many cards you recover?
Yeah, I mean that's going to lend itself to higher numbers of Karks coming back,
That's true.
which is not a bad thing. Uh, the extra roll isn't onerous. Yeah, maybe it's like, I wonder. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you feel about like potentially like folks getting 5 and 6 most of the time.
Yeah, my main feeling about it is the feeling I get sometimes in Burning Wheel. When I feel like I've totally aced a duel of wits with my argument, I roll the dice and I
Absolutely.
flub
Yeah.
it, and it makes me very upset. Whereas similarly, if I roll to recover and I'm like, oh man, I totally aced that, and then I roll a 1 on how much I recover,
Mm.
that feels very anticlimactic. And so I was
Yeah.
thinking that by upping the general amount that you recover, it it does incentivize that particular charity work more, but
Mhm.
I think it streamlines it and also gives a more of a range of higher results, so it's
Yeah.
worth going after. So
Yeah.
I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that
test
works
that
for you.
out.
That's a good idea.
Okay, cool. So sorry for the mechanics interruption, but thank you guys. It was mostly me and Mark. Did anybody have any other? I don't want you to sit on it. If you had other thoughts that you want to,
Well, just to point it out, I really like the idea whenever you have a scene with another person, the two of you negotiate the
I
number
do
of
like that too.
carts. I don't see how you could fit that into this. If this was you have a set number of carts, I don't know how to have that negotiation. It doesn't feel the same. Yeah.
Mhm. Maybe spending like oh yeah, then your high number is the number of Karks available, and you can split that between taking them for yourself or spending them on outcomes for the thing you're doing.
Hmm.
Hmm. Interesting.
And that would require figuring out what that means. But
Yeah, but it would be like I'm going to spend a cark to help in this case Grox get healed
yeah,
because I'm
like
going to
I'm gonna
call
spend the
in.
Kark on the doctor, I'm gonna spend the Kark on getting the money covered. I'm gonna spend the Kark on like having Sakara soften up a little bit or whatever.
Okay, so
Interesting.
just to ask, does that make it feel punitive where it's like, oh, I just got all this stuff that I need and I'm going to immediately spend them?
I think you can like if you want to, you can just take the Karks.
Yeah,
Maybe spending the Karks for like extra narrative things that happen.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I even like the idea more of spending them on narrative things than
Yeah,
on spending them on like, adding to a die roll.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys.
And to put my
That's
money
a
where my
really good.
mouth is, I'll spend a Kark if I can get Sakatra to soften up a little bit.
Oh, nice. Then
Ooh.
let's see it in action. So you spin a card for Sakatra to soften up. I think you have this. I don't think I'm the GM. I get to say you have this conversation. He agrees. Yeah, I'll go. I'll get someone to cover me. I'll head out and seek proper medical treatment. You're done. You head off. Sakatra follows you out. You know, Max would have never done that.
Yeah, I know. I grew up with her.
Yeah. Well, he deserves it. He made the right call. He works hard for you guys. A lot of people do.
Yeah. And that's why we are where we are and why we can help each other out a little bit better. If everyone's out for themselves, why be in a gang at all?
I think you lean too hard on Gopher.
Hmm.
She could have a better life outside of this gang. She could be doing something real. Just running drugs, shooting up the shore authority. You should think about that. Think about what happened to Mags. You've been in this all your life. I get that. We all get caught up. Gopher's young. She's got a future.
If she wants to do something, I can't stop her.
Yeah, it's true. Nobody can. Anyway. And then that's it. That's her whole, like, I'm done. Like,
Cool.
that's all she has to say to you. She'll just brusquely walk away. Granny, you've been given this crazy task of find a mole, which may not exist or may come to exist if you approach this wrong. Who knows? Maybe the dice
Yeah,
will decide. I'm not even sure.
yeah, me neither. Uh, I think Granny Granny's approach to this is going to be very brute force and very thorough because she does not want to go back to prison. And if there's a mole here, then that's a very real risk. Uh, so I think what she's going to do, I assume there are some like prospect or something for the
I think
gang.
we should create a prospect right here and now.
Yeah,
Maybe we won't go through the really long version, but yeah, you got a prospect.
yeah. I think she wants two people, prospect or like very recently elevated members.
Okay.
Um, and she's going to grab those two and say, tell them that you're going to do exactly what I tell you. If you don't, you will. And I assume we have some sort of like punishment that we do for people who misbehave. I'm not sure what that would be, but she's going to make it clear that if you don't go along with this, then you are in for a world of hurt. Not out of the gang bad, but like really uh, serious punishment. Um, you answer in this. You answer only to me. You don't talk to anyone else. We are going to search everyone's room. We're starting with mine. You two go in there. You toss my room completely. You look through everything. Anything that's even moderately suspicious, you bring it out to me. And if you don't do a good enough job, then you know you're in the hole. Uh, and then we're going to do this with everyone. So that's her strategy.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Just doing it. That's very prison. Just turn everything out. Um, great. Granny, what do they find of yours that looks suspicious, but you totally know it's not, has nothing to do with this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I probably have some spice stashed away somewhere, not like super hidden, but just like in a place that's not super obvious. I would have a couple of blasters that, like, the equivalent of having their serial numbers filed off. Um, and probably one really serious weapon, like I assume in this context it would be like a blaster carbine or something, um,
Nice.
that she has stashed, accessible, hidden but accessible. So they should find all of that. Um, or that's what I expect. If they don't find all of that, they're not doing a good enough job. That's basically what I'm thinking. Um, I for sure have some credits, not stuff that I've like hidden from the gang, but it's my personal stash. Um, and same with those. Those are probably the most well hidden because that's what I what I care about the most. Having some money stashed away. Um, I don't think I would have anything that truly compromising because Granny is she's in with the gang ever since she came out from prison. She's like the gang is what she lives for.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. Cool. We will pepper back to the next discovery after we see Blaster and Sin, the prospect, heading to the Shore Authority PD. Like the police department is on our map. Um, it's the Shoreside Security Department. That is where they have a small holding cell. Where your Chadra fan dirtbag is being kept. Dirtbag.
So, prospect, you done one of these before?
No.
All right, good. It's good you're gonna get to learn something out here. We're gonna step in there. We're not gonna we're not gonna hear a word from them. We're gonna go right to the desk, tell them what we need, and give them what they ask. And we're not gonna give them us an inch more. All right?
Okay.
They're gonna try and strong arm you. They're gonna try and act like they don't know anything we're talking about, that we're just scum off the street. But here's the thing, we're scum off our streets. All right?
Yeah,
All right.
you got it.
All right. Let's go. Let's get in there. You lead it, Sen.
Okay. Let's go. Hyped up.
Yeah, brother, let's go. Light it up. Light it up.
Just bouncing around outside the
Yeah.
outside the
So
police station.
we know Sin's bike is not in great shape, mostly because what is made from a bunch of different parts.
Yeah. Yep.
What is Blaster?
Some of the sizes don't fit right. So like like yeah, size A going into socket B.
Oh, I love that. That is great. What about Blaster? Um
Yeah.
what's your bike like?
What's my swoop like? Yeah. It's pretty cool. It is a modified Kaylee Merst Skyblade 330, obviously, as you can tell from the photo.
Of course.
Uh, yeah, of course. It's got, some clear fins on the back, and on the front there's actually three fins that you can't really see behind me. Um, it is well used. It's pretty beat up. It's not overly cared for in the looks department, but it runs real well. And also, it probably has some modifications on it to make it louder because he's starting to feel like he can't hear it. It doesn't rumble like it used to, and he really wants to get that rumble back. And so he's taking off some parts so it just blasts sound.
Oh, that's wicked. That's wicked. How did he get that? Is that a thing where he started off with a different bike and through good work, profitable jobs, you saved up and got this, or did you end up picking it up when a gang member passed, or did you pick it up off of a rival of some kind?
Huh. That's a good question. I
Thanks.
think see, as long as I say that's a good question, it eats up more time for me to think of
It
answers.
does. It does.
I think his bike actually, um, this one came from an older member of the gang who died. I think,
Ooh.
um, he had another bike and it passed through some hands or it crashed and it's been parceled out for parts for everybody else's bikes. But he's been in the game for a while, but he hasn't really risen up in any ranks. There was a older member of the gang who was more of a mentor figure. And when they crashed and burned, he got his bike.
Nice. I like that. And you just have you kept good, have you maintained it well? And it's really
Yes,
just you that's going down that is why it's not as loud as it used to be?
yes,
Okay. That's perfect.
exactly. He mechanically it's well maintained. Like I said, not so much in the looks department. These things are meant to be used and abused, but they always need to run. They need to be trustworthy, and so he keeps it maintained in that way. But his hearing's going, so he doesn't realize it's not the bike that's slowing down; it's him.
Love it. Then after your little pep talk from Blaster, you're the one. You're responsible for heading into this place. When was the last time you were in the Shore Authority Security Department? Were you picked
Uh,
up for something? Were you here to bail out somebody?
I think it was to identify my mom's body.
Oh God, that's amazing. Okay. How long ago was that? Is that
I think a few
years?
years. Yeah,
Two
yeah, it
years.
was years because she's been having to learn how to survive on her own.
Right.
So
Right.
enough
Cool.
time had to pass.
These people aren't going to recognize you. You're just another.
I'm grown now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they wouldn't recognize you. Not that they don't care. Step inside. It is it's very cool. It's that air conditioned cool. There's a light bit of like ambient noise. It's not music. It's one of those to kind of cut down the echoes of the Duracrete walls. Hold on, about to cough. I almost got out. Um,
There's just some white noise.
yeah, it's just white noise to keep down the echoes of the Duracrete and conversations and the like. And there's a desk at the front with a half interested Chadra fan who is seated on a stool that obviously they moved up so that they can look over the counter at you. And the Chadra fan is in our NPCs. Do you know that Dirtbag's brother is in the New Republic?
Good question. I'm using Cody's trick. Good question. Um, I think that Chitters has probably not drawn attention to that fact, but it is a relationship that he exploits in some way. Um, maybe his brother's not entirely on the up and up, or uh, maybe he is, but I don't know. Um, I think I probably don't I probably can't recognize enough distinctions between Chadra fans to be able to say like this Chadra fan looks just like uh, Chitters. I mean, they all look. I hate to use what in the real world is a racist trope, but I can't tell one Chadra fan from another.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know, and I haven't seen enough of them.
Also, the Chadder fan, I don't think their musculature in their face gives off emotions in the same way, so they got to
Yeah.
be hard for you to read.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So the fact that they're related probably makes them look similar, but I would just chalk that up to well, it's a Chadder fan, and I don't know. So I probably don't recognize this as his brother.
Cool. How can I help you? He says, enjoying the being taller than you-ness.
I stride forward with you can see I set my jaw with determination. I stride forward. I'm going to do what Blaster said. I give them nothing of myself, no more information than what is necessary for the job. So I'll step forward and I will set the. Do I have like a bag with the money or an envelope, or how am I carrying it? Probably an envelope, right? It's not that much money that needs to be in a bag. I will place it on the desk and say, this is for Yem.
Oh, you're one of them. Sets down a little bit, taps on his data pad.
I mean, I'm wearing a cut, right? So, yeah, I'm one of them.
He looks up.
Respect the cut.
Mm-hmm. This is not enough. There were several subsequent charges for the prisoner. We need 20% more.
Like you need 20% more.
20% more for the prisoner.
Show me where it says that.
And he'll like turns the data pad on and like skims through a couple of things. There's a bunch of legalese. Are you looking for a way to browbeat, to find a loophole to say, yeah, no, this doesn't apply to that? What are you looking for here?
I think that he just wants to pocket some money on top, and that there's no official record that says this is the amount. So he's, we're giving him 10,000. He wants 12,000, but the records say 10,000 is what I expect.
Nice.
So I'm saying, show me where it says 12,000.
Excellent. I think that is a thing where you are trying to make sure you look clearly at the records. So let's put it to a roll. Do you think tension is involved in this role? Prospect
I always
Sen.
think tension is involved because everything that's everything said does is tense. But I don't think that there's a risk to me really, other than like he tells me absolutely not. You got to come back with more money. I mean, he's not going to arrest me for refusing to pay the extra money. So there is the tension that I will look bad in front of Blaster.
There is that tension, indeed.
I don't know that I'm too worried about that.
Okay, then there is no tension in this role. I'm going to say that it is a normal course of business to try to find loopholes in the bureaucracy that haven't been discovered.
Okay. So we're talking one for trying.
Yeah.
A little part of me thinks this might be being badass because I'm standing up to the cops, but
I think so. I want to see you roll on
keeping. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. All right, so two more for head. So I'm at 4. Let's go ahead and throw another Kark in there. Boy, I'm gonna have to bond with somebody later. I'm gonna throw 2 Karks on this because I need 5 dice.
Oh man.
Can I, even though I'm outside with the bikes, can I add a Kark somehow?
Absolutely. You gave the pup the speech.
Cool.
Sweet. That's awesome. Thank you.
Right, you need
All right, here we go.
2 4 5s or 6s.
All right. I got 3.
Oh man, no one, so it wouldn't even mattered if
Absolutely.
tension was involved. That's an excellent roll. You find the within the light items, you do the math in your head, and it adds up to exactly what you offered. These subsequent charges are bogus and not specifically tied to the particular incident. So yeah, you push back on it.
Check your math, Carkhead.
Fine. Okay. And he reaches and takes the bag. Stay here. Don't cause any trouble. Hops down from his stool.
I can see like the
Disappeared.
top
Like,
of his head bobbing behind the
yeah, you
desk.
just see his little ears, his little Chatterfed ears from the behind the counter there. Few minutes later,
I look
uh,
back at Blaster, kind of excited. I got like a big smile on my face.
so cute. Dirtbag comes out, ah, spits at the ground near her brother on, well, the
Fucking
floor,
dirtbag.
you know. He's like, and it looks like he wants to deck her, but he doesn't. And then she comes out, raising hands, emancipated. Yeah, yeah, way to go, prospect. You freed the leader of the gang, of biker gang, Swoop Club, totally legit.
How much to take her back?
She
Get on
punches
before
you.
we leave you here.
She punches you in the side because she can't quite reach your shoulder. Yeah, yeah, you love me. Where's my bike?
Hop on. We'll
Walking.
take you to her.
All right.
A Blaster gives the prospect a look. Walking? That's not how we do business, prospect. Now here's another tradition you probably haven't learned yet. And then Blaster, will offer the back of his bike to Shitters, and then when they get to her bike, they just haul ass down the streets of Niamos. When you first get out
Nice.
of jail, the first thing you have to do is just rip through those streets because you're free.
Yeah, yeah. I'm imagining that Chitters has a custom swoop bike that is just tiny. Like this little bitty thing. You know, you could actually like strap it on the back of yours probably, but
Or is it too large? Does Chitters lean into that big personality that like it's exactly
oh, that's
real lean
great.
back. The
Yeah.
handlebars are way up there.
Has to
Yes,
look around the engine block because she can't see over it.
Yeah.
okay, yes. This is so much better that has to be how Chitters rides. And so now let us check in with Gopher. Gopher, please tell us. We know that you stay in the motel.
That's right.
I think you're there when the prospect and the recent member, I've given that name, I rolled randomly. Itchy is the actual gang member, like full on member, and then prospect, who we have yet to define, but obviously some kind of competition against Sin. Um, when they knock on your door, hey, Granny says we got to turn out your place.
Fuck you. Cark you. Excuse me.
That's
No,
when I step in behind them. Uh, Gopher, we got to check everyone. Just get out.
You want to strip me before I go?
Itchy's like, I can strip you.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea actually. And
Prospect's like, maybe I'll just take out the stuff.
yeah, Granny's going to pat Gopher down, not actually strip her, but like pat her down and not gently. Like she's going to really check that there's uh, nothing stashed.
And I basically give you a little bit of guff, but I step
Mhm.
out of the room. You push me around a little bit.
Okay. So Steven, tell us what are some things that they find in your room that might
Yeah, so
be
there's
not
there's
great.
some credits. that have been skimmed from customers where I've been skimming off the top a little bit. Um, to be expected. A list of my customers that's like, I think it's well hidden because I don't want anybody else to get a list of customers, and it has ratings next to them, like how well they tip, how much business they do, that kind of stuff, because you got to keep all that stuff uh intact. There's a diary with personal information on it, and I think, hidden in a corner, maybe under a crack in the wall or something like that, there's a holovid, and where you turn it on, you see Krusk talking to the authorities.
Wait. Holy shit. Okay. Uh, Itchy finds that and he brings it to you, Granny. I think we found what we're looking for.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Hey, that's just proof.
Yeah, proof of what?
Proof that Krusk is what did it. Whenever we go take her out, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to show her.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hey, you can't take that. I found that.
Doesn't matter. I got a job to do, and I'm gonna do it right. You'll get it
And
back.
she's like, back off. Itchy's in your face. He's like, in your face. We got a job to do, man. It's for the gang's good. And if you turned on us, well, that's your problem, not ours.
Yeah, like I would have turned on him. You know I'm a lifer.
Do I?
Yeah, you want me to prove it to you?
Hey, they're doing this on my orders.
Okay,
You got a problem? You go talk to Uncle.
okay. And I'm going to sit outside my room
Hmm.
watching you toss everybody else's room.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's move on to Blasters. So, Blaster, you stay in the motel? It's free room
Yeah,
board, basically. All
yeah,
right, cool,
definitely.
cool, cool. When you get a chance, look in the Night Blossom tab, not tavern tab. I don't know where that came from. And pick out which of the numbered rooms is yours, and I'll update that. What are
Mm.
a few possibly incriminating or revealing things that are found in your place?
Uh, huh. Possibly incriminating. I think. I think the only thing that you might find in Gopher in not Gopher in Blaster's room is spare parts from the bikes. And if you didn't know any better, you might assume that he's been, stripping the bikes, pulling parts off. These should be in the garage. But he's not there to defend himself, so they just find a whole bunch of parts that are in there that maybe shouldn't be.
So is this like he has a spread on a desk that he's been like working with the parts, or are they that just put in a bag somewhere, or
Yeah, he doesn't have a desk. He has just a cot. He has a mattress on the floor. It's probably in a box, like in a crate in a Camtono, just overflowing in the corner. Just it looks like a trash can full of parts,
Mhm, mhm.
and then maybe tucked at the bottom of it is a blaster.
Cool.
Nice. So, Blaster, you make it back only to find that that are a couple of gang members who are turning out your stuff and handing off a bag of parts that you've gathered. How do you handle that?
Hey, we're just stopping by to get Chitters back. We got to take a freedom ride. You in? Y'all in? What's going on over here?
They're turning everyone out. Look at that. They're gonna find all your dresses, Blaster.
You know I only have the clothes on my back. That's fine. You do what you gotta do, Granny. I'm going for a ride.
Man,
You're
he
not
is a
going for
lifer.
a
He doesn't
ride.
even
You're
care.
staying here.
Clark, I'm not.
You got orders from Uncle?
But it's a tradition. We just got chitters out of the clink. When you get out of the clink, you go for a ride.
Yeah, that can
Breaking
wait.
traditions.
Harsh, just ignoring tradition, tradition, tradition. Seacar, when was the last time you saw that
What?
particular play? Well, I just did a bit of. That's fine. It's no big deal. I know you go see a lot of plays, so I figured you probably
Yeah.
were. It's all good. Uh, yeah, I think Uncle, you are maybe back at the clubhouse when Wu comes in all like just right up to you. Hey,
Hey,
I don't know what the hell's going on, but Granny's got Itchy and one of the prospects just turning out everybody's shit.
yeah,
Why? This is pissing everybody off. Gophers.
told her to find a mole, so I guess she's going digging.
We don't know mole.
Gopher thinks so.
We are on the road. You're in charge now. This is on you.
I'm gonna let Granny do her thing. It'll make everyone feel better when it's over.
I don't think so. Everybody's going to be pissed off at each other. Thing is, when you go in to a gang looking for who's the trouble, we're all troublemakers, man.
Shake things up a little bit. Everyone gets their feathers ruffled. It settles
Someone gets
out.
shot.
Well, never hurt anyone.
Okay, man.
Tell her to do mine next.
All right. So, yeah, Blaster seems no big deal. And then Wu comes up to you. Granny just ignores Itchy, who gives her a sidelong glance. Hey, you're supposed to do Uncle's next. And I'm going to
Sure.
watch you.
Fine with me.
And she wants to like maybe I'm imagining you're on the like balcony that
Mhm.
goes between the walkway between the different. She pulls you. So this is this is wrong, Granny.
So's selling the club out. I'm just making sure.
It's just I thought better of you.
Yeah, what did you expect? I'm just going to ask everyone nicely. Did you betray us?
Yeah. Okay. Well, after you're done with uncles, you can search my place. I think
Sure.
Wu shares her pad with someone else in the gang, or maybe one of the workers. I like one of the workers. You know, let's just say she shares her room with Cody. Take a look at the tenants section of the
Mhm.
NPCs. And if none of them seem interesting, we'll make up someone new who works for Vanessa, who's the madam of the small brothel here.
Okay. So I'm picking one of these tenants to work for her,
No, sorry.
or that
You're
they
picking
that
one
they
of the
bunk with.
tenants who shares a room with Wu.
I think it is. I think Luan Vicolin, the street musician.
Oh, cool. Go on.
Yeah.
Llewellyn's going to be unhappy about this, but not up to him.
Also,
Sweet.
I'll take room number 7, by the way.
Ooh, no, lucky number 7. Cool.
Yeah, and
It's right
when we
next to the
do Uncle's
clubhouse.
room, we're going to be extra thorough just to be like show that there's no affordances for like being a leader in the club. It's the same for everyone.
What do they find?
They find a stuffed loaf cat. Used to be Mag's. I've kept it since she was a kid. Um, you find like a debt pack, like looks like it's used for like construction, like a detonation pack, just like tucked away under the bed, just in case. And I think there's a communicator that is clearly marked as the beach authority, shore authority.
Ooh.
That's wicked. That is wicked. Cool. Damn, I think that's where we end the session is the discovery of this.
I'm not going to be here for the
I
next.
know.
So,
What do we want to do with that then? Because that's really cool.
um, I mean, I think after everyone's tossed, I think Uncle's just like, see, no one's got nothing to hide. Granny put everyone's room back together. Everyone put the get along shirt on.
Nice. I think, yeah, you're telling everybody to get everything up, and um, that's when the shore authority picks you up, Uncle. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's like I knew they were coming.
Yes, that's only gonna make things worse for you. But yeah, they pick you up on some trumped up charges, and they're gonna sit on you until the Lemmy Championship is over. Lieutenant Reven as much as tells you that's the plan. Cool.
Granny and Gopher keep them in line. See you on the other side.
I hope so.
Awesome. So, um, that'll bring our session to a close. I've got a few general questions that all of you will answer, and then some individual questions. So, at the end of a ride, the entire table, GM and players discuss the following questions. Did you clash with someone who threatened your people, your club, and the locals who matter to you?
Does clash necessarily mean violence, or does it mean come into conflict with?
Means come into conflict with.
Does the
Feel like,
roadblock count?
oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That threatened you guys for sure. Did you
We
add
had
to the
kind of a
legend of your gang?
Yeah.
How so?
By cutting a good deal with the Iridians.
Oh, that's
Guy
true.
out of prison.
All right, cool. Yes. Then our third group question, did you have a conflict with a rival or the law?
With the law, yeah.
I think so
I
too.
had to face down the corrupt shore authority and conflict with a rival, like the gang tried to rip us off
Mm.
or take advantage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like it. Cool. All of you get to mark 3 XP, and now we go down the road to ask individual. So I will start from the right-hand side. Blaster, did you live up to your rep or fulfill your role or rank in the gang?
Well, somebody just filled in a bunch of experience for me. I don't know. I feel like and maybe that's a problem for the rep and stuff I chose, which is just he's like there. I guess I did amp up Sen going into um, you know, the jail,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I don't know.
Well, the way I think of it is your first session, you're kind of defining your rep, as it were. And I've
Hmm.
definitely got a vibe for who you are and what you do in this gang.
Okay, so that's one XP for that.
It is. And then the second question is, did you support another member of the gang when they needed you?
I think so. I
Yeah,
threw
for
some
sure.
carks around. Yeah.
You certainly did. I know it paid off as well. So let's move from the right to the left. Gopher, did you live up to your rep or fulfill your role or rank in the gang?
I think I did. Yep.
Definitely. Charting a course to save everybody for sure. Did you support another member of the gang when they needed you?
Yeah, I think with Sin,
Oh yeah.
giving them the kudos for the finding the credits. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Cool. Then we move down to Sin. Did you fulfill your role or rank in the gang?
I think so. Yeah, I
Live up to your rep?
they put me to various tests. Make me carry the weight of whatever little tasks. Beating up a thug or paying off the cops, and see how
Did
I do. And
I
I did that.
agree. Did you support another member of the gang when they needed you?
I threw carks a couple of times, or well, I guess just one time. But yeah, I busted Chitter out of jail.
Cool. Two more XP for you. Good job. One of these days you'll be a real gang member. Uncle, did you live up to your rep or fulfill your role or rank in the gang?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you support another member of the gang when they needed you?
Yeah, yeah.
For sure. I definitely think at the end saying, yeah, Granny is doing the right thing. That definitely felt like it for me. That's two more XP for you. And we end up with Granny. Did you live up to your role or rank in the gang?
I believe so.
Yeah. Um, I'm curious. We had a wish on the table for you to do chaplain stuff. I'm not sure we hit that. So,
I mean, this is kind of that, like keeping everyone on the straight and narrow, only in a not very spiritual way.
I like it though. It definitely was the ethos of the gang is, hey, if
Yeah.
there's any of the slightest suspicion, we're going to go hard. You have to prove you are legit. Okay. And then did you support another member of the gang when they needed you?
I threw a card at the start, but I think that's the only one. I'm not sure that
That's
now.
all you need. That's good enough.
Okay.
So two more XP for you. Let's end with wishes. And then we go for stars. Who has wishes?
My wish is to look into how I spend my XP because I have too many. So that's just for myself.
That's a good wish. That's a fun one. And I don't have to do any work. So yay. Keep those coming. Who else has wishes?
I have a related wish, which is that I wish the GM would give me some rules for how the prospect spends XP.
I was thinking the exact. Well, you spend XP exactly like everybody else. Oh, you're right. Do you? Is it easier?
We had
That's a
talked
good
about
question.
it, yeah, a
Yeah,
reduced cost because I started off with lower,
cost. Yes,
or some other mechanic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's good. That's good. That's good. I will not worry about it because you're not here next week, and forget about it. And in 2 weeks, you'll ask me that again. That's basically the plan.
And in a month, baby, then you're cooking.
So I can make a possible suggestion for that.
Uh-huh.
So basically the spending experience is, style times 5 to bump your style up. So if your style is 1, you spend 5 XP to get to a 2, right? For the prospect, you could basically say it's current setting -1.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't work. Because if it was 1 and you go to 0, 0 tons, whatever, it's just free, right? That doesn't work. I'm not sure.
What if we take it down a step? Style instead of current level times 5 is current level times 4. things instead of current level times crap. Well, I had it and then
A
I
thing is
erased
times
it.
3.
Times three, then it's times two,
Mhm.
and then a new expertise is three.
So
And
that applies a lot of leverage to things and much less leverage to style. Do we want, I mean, that's going to encourage me certainly to spend rapidly on things. At some point that this should also end, right? Like
yeah. I got to think of
once
the
I
off
get,
ramp. Yep.
yeah, I would think the off ramp could just be when I get to a point where my stats are equal to the starting stats.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Which isn't long, right? Because we
Right.
stripped one away from style, we stripped one or two away from things, and two expertises. So I like the idea of having to be a prospect forever. So I'm
Definitely, I
okay.
need to get unprospected during the course of this
Oh, for
mini
sure,
campaign.
for
Yeah.
sure.
And I was thinking during the session about like, oh, I should cook up like a crime that I want to commit, like where I want to plan it from the start, and then we go on that job, and like the successful completion of that job is the thing that gets me in. Like maybe that's how we get jumped into the gang or whatever. Is it's like you gotta plan a I don't know, I can come up with the word a mission for us or whatever.
A ride.
Mm-hmm.
To earn your patch. Cool. Thank you, Greg. And hopefully we'll play with that. I highlighted, I put it in as a note underneath your actual XP there, what I had just talked out.
Mhm.
If it feels weird when you spend a little bit, we can always adjust to taste. Who else has wishes?
I have one. I want to see some rival biker gangs in the streets. I want to see them like folks like the mods from Book of Boba Fett. Those guys on their hyper Vespas. Let's run them out of town, man. Get into a brawl or something.
Those kids.
They're too cool though, and they also ride really slow.
And they spin unnecessarily.
Do
But
they
that's
though? Is
stylish,
that
and sometimes you
unnecessarily?
got to be stylish.
I thought
Yeah,
that was a little bit of panache that was right up my alley.
Oof.
it's not enough to succeed. You got to succeed with style, otherwise, no one's gonna remember your name.
True.
Everyone knows that.
Mark or Steven, do either of you have a wish?
I think so. Yeah, I'm seeing what happened, what I'll get up to while I'm in the clink.
I don't even know how to spell Hooskow. I've only ever heard it said aloud, so I did my best. Steven, any wishes?
Not that I can think of. I really like the way that the gang is gelling together. Yeah, it's been good. That's a star.
Yes, and we're now to stars. So, Steven, do you have any other stars you want to throw out?
Yeah, I mean, I liked all the interactions. I especially like the way Granny started tossing everybody's stuff. That was great. Yeah,
Good stuff. Awesome. So we go in reverse order. That means Mark, you are next with stars.
Yeah, super fun all around. Like seeing the blasters, great addition. There's like lots of really good beats of. It feels like if this was the show, like the beats are the blockade, the getting out of jail, and all that. And then like the sort of like arc story was the tossing the rooms. So it was like a nice background of like we've got them all, do all this stuff, and like we're all cool, right? Let's fucking ride. So it was really good, like shape all around, and everyone's characters just like hitting all the beats. Yeah, just super good.
Cody, what about you?
Well, I wanted to throw you a star for having us think of something incriminating for ourselves. I think, even though I flubbed it a little bit, I do think that's a genius idea to be like, hey, everybody has something that because you're looking for it looks bad. And I just thought that was a good idea to throw in there.
Thank you.
Also, star to Steven, I think I really dig the idea and the role of road captain. And so I think having you in that position and starting off the session with that and making those choices to like, okay, we're still on the road, so you guys are going to do this, you're doing that. I dug that. So stars are there.
Nice. And then it would be Greg's turn. Any stars?
Yeah, stars all around, of course, always, but specifically, Blaster, I loved the how different you are in presentation than the rest of us. It introduced, I think, a nice bit of conflict into the group. I think every crime drama, it's so easy in role playing games for everybody to like think like we're a unit, and we don't have internal conflict. And the tossing the rooms introduced tension and conflict within the gang. But and Blaster's like it's tradition to go on this freedom ride, butting up against Granny, wanting to get this job done. I think that's great, and I hope that simmers for a long time. So I really liked the addition of Blaster to the group.
It is a nice tonal shift. It definitely mixes up scenes. I agree. And Ash finishes off with any stars you have.
Yeah, I loved getting that pushback on my admittedly confrontational way of looking for the mole. I was like thinking it through, like how would I do this, or how would Granny do this? And there's like, yeah, you can just talk to people and hope you find something out, or you can start leaning on the people they're connected to. But all of that takes a lot of time, and we don't have a lot of time. So just go looking for something incriminating and see if you find something. That's plus she's been to prison. This is what they do there. So
Yeah, that was once it clicked with me. Oh, this is what's going on. It was perfect. I really enjoyed that. It was great.
but I really enjoyed. I thought Steven's plan for getting through the roadblock, that was really clever. I really liked that.
Me too.
And I very much enjoyed both the confrontation with the Rhodians, like our little standoff there, and Uncle leaning on them, and definitely bringing Dirtbag, getting Dirtbag. That was a lot of fun. That whole scene was really really fun.
Yeah. Star to you guys for the collaborative let's create a gang member. That was really fun. When unexpected directions. I'm quite amused by the result of Dirtbag. And also thank you, Google, for serving me up a Will Nunes piece of Star Wars artwork that made the brother of our Chad Dufran gang member. I will be sad that Greg and Mark will be out next week, but I hope both of you enjoy. They good luck with your trip to the Sahara, and Greg, enjoy your time away. And it will be the three of us, Stephen, Cody, and Andesh, next week as we continue the stories of the Gundarks. Thank you all so much for playing. Thanks for anybody watching or listening.